Yeah, thank you very much for being here with us today. I was just wondering if before we dig into like deeper questions, for those who may not be familiar with the metaverse, could you please tell us more about the sandbox, what it is, and how did you came up with the idea?
Absolutely. Really happy to be here with you, with the community, to get some updates. I was hearing it's fantastic what's happening at the billboard. Exactly been making history, like you said. To myself, a few words. I'm the co-founder and CEO on the Sandbox. I've been working on Sandbox for close to 10 years now. Together with the team and the community, we are building this open metaverse. You might want to know what we think is the metaverse. So to us, the definition of the metaverse is this myriad of virtual world, 3D virtual world that you can access through an avatar. That avatar that becomes your 3D representation of yourself and your identity, which you can use across one or another. And the experience you'll be able to do would be any kind of a more social, more immersive, more fun, more engaging, ranging from like visiting art galleries, museums, attending virtual shows, attending virtual concerts, playing games, socializing with others, dancing, and so many more things that you can complete. It's really important for us, this notion of like being an open, a decentralized metaverse, meaning like that identity of yours, all your digital assets, all your tokens and currency, you can take them on your wallet and use them across one or any of those virtual worlds without being constrained, without being locked on one in particular. We've worked to grow. We believe the metaverse is going to be really user-generated content. So we worked to grow a community of artists, a community of creators, providing tools to get started and creating their very own asset. First with a 3D editor called VoxEdit, and then their own experiences with our no-code game maker, which essentially just allows you to drag and drop the content into a scene and start creating all sorts of games and experience without any programming knowledge. We came out with the idea of the Sandbox back in 2012. First, it was a mobile game originally. We always wanted to turn players into creators and offer them like tools and means to bring their ideas to life. We saw with smartphones the opportunity to do that in a very accessible way. Just by the touch of your finger, you could play with various elements and start sharing any content, any creation you made directly to an online gallery. It became a huge success by then and rapidly grew, having more than 40 million installs, 70 million player-made creations. And that led to the company generating a significant revenue and the company being acquired in 2018 by Animoca Brands. But yet, there was some kind of frustration on our side, that frustration being that we were losing the creator, the top creator, the one where we were like really engaged, love the product. They were not staying more than 1 year in the app, because ultimately we had no way to offer them more than just a social recognition for the content they brought. So towards 2017, when we saw the first blockchain games, essentially CryptoKitty, as an entrepreneur, we tried out, and we were not really surprised by the kitties on the blockchain, but more surprised by the idea that, wow, you can actually sell them on any marketplace and transfer them to other users. That's not only accepted, but encouraged and totally possible technically. And that technology is called NFTs. No need to explain here. I'm sure everyone is familiar with in the audience. But through NFTs, we can literally enable any creator to finally truly own the content they make, distribute it the way they want, and monetize it the way they want. That's a very powerful, empowering technology that, combined with user-generated content, will finally solve that issue we had. And that's how we decided to combine NFTs and user-generated content. Work back in 2018 on a new version of SANDBOX, this time as a 3D multiplayer, multi-platform creation platform that would use NFTs from the core to empower the creator and let them monetize their creations. It's progressively been growing into again a leading platform by bringing on like community of artists, then progressively bringing on many IPs and brands that also use the possibility of the platform to engage closely with their fan, to allow them to create content, create their own experience, their own story, their own adventure, and monetize it. Fast forward to today, SANDBOX has become one of the leading decentralized virtual worlds with its own map, where a lot of communities own lands being this digital space where they can publish their experience, monetize them, and have a neighborhood with their fans around them. And we introduced last December the very first play to earn season, meaning enabling anyone to start entering the metaverse with their avatar, playing and completing quests, completing action activities, and through time that first season lasted 20 days, being able to claim rewards in the form of NFTs and SAND tokens. So we distributed more than 5 million SAND at the end of December. Did around $15+ million in reward towards the people who participated into this first historical moment of our first play to earn season.
So that was Alpha 1, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So what changed, I guess, with Alpha 2 that launched exactly last Thursday? A lot of excitement around Alpha Season 2. Like what took us a year to build Alpha Season 1, we improved, we added a lot more content, and we launched just in a matter of 8 weeks after. The Alpha Season 2 contains 35 experience, whereas Alpha Season 1 had only 18, including a great mix of 5 new original experiences, 4 that were made by the community and essentially teams supported by our Game Maker Fund, the foundation that gives grants to people who want to build their own experience and be fully supported to do so. 3 IP experience, one with Snoop Dogg, one with the South China Morning Post, which is a leading media in Asia and Hong Kong, and one experience by Celsius Online, called Missing Part, which is from a French gaming studio, and it's about a narrative dating game called Otome, which is a very popular game category. That is the first in the metaverse. We also have those 4 game maker experiences, 3 IPs, and a lot of guest stars, including Snoop Dogg and Blondish, which is the resident DJ at an experience called Club XYZ, where you can listen to 2 exclusive dance tracks from her. She composed especially for SANDBOX. For Snoop, the experience hasn't yet been unveiled. It will release normally on March 11th, together with the possibility to play with your very own Snoop Dogg avatar called the Doggies, which we released earlier in February. It's a collection of 10,000 unique procedurally generated avatar from Snoop Dogg history of music. And each one is already a 3D character made for SANDBOX, animated, and that you can use to do jump, run, fight, dancing, chatting with others, etc. Experience called Rooftop à la Mode, which is a fashion and lifestyle inspired show, which is a social hub that we created to celebrate a little bit the fashion week as well, which was last week in Paris. Another big change, and I think it's really interesting, is like playing is enabled to just anyone. You do not need to have an NFT pass to play any of those 35 experiences. It's really accessible to just anyone, and the chance to claim the prize. We have up to 10,000 winners who can claim 1,000 sand each. That will be determined at the end of the season based on your completion of quest, based on your completion of progression. So really rewarding anyone for their engagement, um, and and allowing also anyone to create an avatar and see what's the metaverse has to offer in terms of like culture, in terms of fun, of entertainment, of socialization, of working with IPs, and of course involving many NFT communities that already that are partner of Sandbox or own land in Sandbox, or that the Sandbox Foundation acquired NFTs as part of its own collection.
So if you want to log into the sandbox, you just go on the website. Do you have to collect your wallet or anything? Or can you walk us through how it works for those who didn't experience it?
Exactly. So essentially, you just go to www.sandbox.game. There you can sign in and connect a wallet. Either it's MetaMask if you already have one, or it's your email or social login. We offer also the possibility to create a wallet for the first time using either. We're proud to 2.2 million registered wallets this way, and to engage really the users to be able to access, to create their avatars, pick their identity for free among thousands of possible combinations, and download the client that is available on both PC and Mac and start entering the experiences.
Seems pretty straightforward. You said that the Alpha Season 2 launched just a few days ago, and we announced that Aurora is the goddess of Alpha 2, and we were wondering if you could tell us a bit more about this emblematic role. Like, why is it emblematic?
We, of course, we for the story. So we acquired World of Women 6025, now called Aurora, because the WoW community really helped on voting on this, and we just love this name. But by then, she was just 6025, I guess. We were looking for one that really could stood out in terms of her characteristic, her representation of like diversity and inclusivity, and that we could make a leading persona, a leading character into the metaverse. What Sandbox does is like anyone entering the Sandbox, whether they are familiar or not familiar with NFT, they get exposed to all that NFT culture. They see a lot of NFT project and collection based on what Sandbox Foundation has acquired. So to date, I think we've bought more than 800 NFTs from various collection, CryptoPunk, Bored Ape, Guttergat Gang, World of Women, of course. We were there on day one of the mint, and I believe we owned around 35, 36 women, which you can also see during in the NFT Institute and this place, and across almost all the experiences you will play into the alpha season, you will see them. And I think it's amazing just to be there, to play a game, or to see this new form of entertainment, and then to find NFTs from new collection, or what might become your next favorite NFT collection in context. So it's not just sitting on OpenSea or in a wallet as a 2D image, but it's brought to life. We create and life around it. We decorate. We let the character talks, and of course, if you are interested, you can also check out and be redirected to OpenSea, where you could buy NFTs from the collection. That's, I think, our approach to support the overall blockchain ecosystem, and and show how Sandbox is open in terms of like bringing external content, giving life to external content. In the season 1, we showed the captain, which is a bored ape NFT with golden skin and laser eyes. He became emblematic of that first season, but somehow we felt like he's great. He could represent a non-human character, but he didn't carry on its own specific value. It's a creative NFT for sure. It brings a lot of freshness into what people have seen into virtual worlds before. But what does it stands for still remains to be defined. Whereas for World of Women, what we I've been a very early on supporter from Yam and her work, but also I believe it's amazing what the community of WoW has done, all the value they carry, all the action they've done so far. It's a great message for the rest of the world, and we hope that she could Aurora, that's the name of this character, will carry on to the rest of the world and attract even more eyes and curiosity to people who are not yet familiar about the WoW community and its actions. So she's the queen of the metaverse. She's going to stay, of course, for the next season. Hope again engaging with the community that there will be a lot of like very creative design around like what she can do, what we can build around her as well, and how you would like her to keep representing this idea of like inclusivity, diversity, and all the values that WoW carries into the sandbox.
Okay, so yeah, the goal of collaborating with us for the sandbox and pushing forward Aurora was really to show that we share common values, right?
Yes, absolutely. Sandbox, we are trying to show by the example how we've been supporting like creators, entrepreneurs with Metaverse Accelerator Fund that we announced earlier last year. Via our Creator Fund and the Game Maker Fund, we've been supporting artists and any creator from all background, whether professional or non-professional, to launch their projects into the metaverse. Some of them are already featured in the season 2. And our goal is really to make sure that the metaverse and Web3 in general would be a place where opportunities are born, new jobs, millions of jobs are being created, and there will be more equality because and once you accept the idea that an avatar is your identity, there is no more notion of like whether you're born a man or a woman, which country you're born from, which education you've received, and so on. All of that disappear when you're just an avatar, and people recognize the value, the contribution you bring through the actual work, through the actual presence, through your actual actions in the metaverse. And we feel like something in a way that's these are key values for us. We want to represent the opportunity of the metaverse for anyone to access it and benefit from it. And it's also leading into the idea of like Sandbox as a decentralized metaverse will ultimately be governed by its community. And so we want to bring and attract people who share, who come from different backgrounds, who have different culture from all around the world to be part of who will govern that world in the future.
Yeah, I personally really like that the fact that online communities like you don't know where people come from, or like it's whatever you want to show to the rest of the world. And yeah, I really appreciate that aspect of it as well. If you are okay, I would like to invite a few people on stage to maybe ask their questions.
Of course.
So if anyone has any questions regarding this this interview. Please go ahead. Sebastian is very nice, and we're very excited about this and what's to come. Dot, dot, dot. So yeah, please feel free to come on stage. And as a reminder, let's keep it either related to World of Women or to the Sandbox. So I just invited Beauties of Africa. Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
So when you come on stage, on the bottom left, there's the mic, and usually you're muted. I also invited someone else just in case one of them works. So, hello, good trouble.
Hello there. What an honor to be on stage with Sebastian and you yourself with the World of Women, and congratulations on such a successful project. You have been my barometer. I've been watching you,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
and I haven't moved. I'm new. I haven't gotten into the metaverse yet, but I am definitely looking at you, Sandbox. We're going to be moving into that later. But I wanted to ask. I actually have a couple of questions, and they're kind of all over the place. So I'll be short, so someone else could come up on stage. First, with World of Women, you kind of came with a big bang. You know, for me, I came on Twitter and NFT world about September of last year. When did you start the World of Women? That's my first question.
So, World of Women was started 7 months ago.
Okay.
Launched 7 months ago.
Mm-hmm. We're an organization that likes to support, you know, our community and nonprofits, and I kudos to you and what you've done and how you've expanded the presence and the landscape for women artists, you know, like yourself, Nyla, and all the other ones I see that are out there. Are you able to continue to support other artists that want to get into this space? Like, of course, you see my PTR. This went viral last year. We're trying to do the same and support and bring in female artists. I have about 40% of my team are women. None of them are here. I just happened to pop in this morning. I'm on the West Coast, so it's early. And I heard you. That's why I jumped in.
Yeah, sure. So, for example, one of the things that we do, Danny can also tell you about it if she would like, is our monthly art drops, where we art drop our community different art pieces that for which we collaborate with diverse artists. And usually most of them are actually women, so we also try to like bring more eyes on them like this, and also have something that holds great value for a community. So it's always artists that we also truly respect and appreciate. We also have a WoW fund where we create a lot of smaller, less renowned artists. And now we also have this collab with Super Rare. So yeah, we have like different types of actions, and yeah, we don't rest. And that's why also we have Danny, who joined our team a few months ago, because she's taking care of all of these art creation aspect.
Okay, I think I did join your mailing list and something else I got into on your that came through your website on. So keep me abreast,
Cool.
because the person that helped design this and bring the art that you see at my PTR was a woman, Emery Bria Goler was a new graduate out of Emory University here in the United States, and we are continuing to expand with our brand, bringing in, you know, BIPOC artists that are not just getting they're not getting the you know, the attention.
That's a
And
great initiative. Thank
yes,
you.
that is our brand. And thank you for giving me the time. I'll
Of course.
hopefully we can communicate again later.
Would love to. Thank you very much. Have a great day,
Okay.
and thank you for coming up on stage.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so I will invite Echo Boy, which I see change his profile picture. So that this morning, I think. Hey, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Good, how about you?
Hi. How are you guys? All good?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Sebastian. My question is for you. We've been talking basically on Twitter DMs, and I want to know if you can disclose any of this info. Are you guys planning on maybe acquiring more WoWs to put in the game, doing another plans, another activities with them to the sandbox?
Well, what I can say is definitely the goal of Sandbox is to help any NFT community to bring their NFT to life, to facilitate connecting among their member, offering a creative space where they can socialize, they can create more stories, games, adventures together. They can expand the overall environment and story, being a world for characters essentially, but hopefully being also a tool and a way to achieve much more. Um, whether we're going more women, this I don't know yet. I think we have already, and we are really proud to have a great collection, and we want to also leave anyone the opportunity to become our owner. Like our goal is not to start acquiring and just
Of course.
being
Of
a
course.
large holder, right? Like we show a
Yeah.
value, we add value to communities in a different ways, and Aurora being showcased this way, and the other NFTs as well, is clearly one of those.
Oh,
Um,
okay, no, that's understandable. I have another question. Maybe this one you won't reply, but if you can, it's good. um, People have been wondering, and I do the same. And that's Sandbox choice, of course. Did Logan Paul owning that one Night Goddess had any play regarding you guys choosing her like on a marketing strategy? Because of course people were going to talk about it, Logan was going to tweet about it and all that stuff. Just wondering regarding the market of the marketing of the purchase, had anything to do in your opinion, was it just basically the looks of the Net Goddess alone?
the actually, when you buy on, well, so we approach, and we've been close to the World of Women team for some time. As I mentioned, it's quite interesting. I don't know if we should see, but we talk with the founders even before they start the World of Women. I've been owning myself two or a few more like of YAM species before World of Women was some of our
Yeah.
first NFTs. Um, and so I was curious, okay, which were potentially some of the most iconic, emblematic one based on this
Mhm.
intention we had that I talked about just earlier. And they came up
Yeah.
with what is considered as valuable within the community based on the different traits, like the nature one, the purple skin, the bubble, the little butterfly or frog on the chest, etc. And so we had a collection, and then I looked at just which we could buy straight because not all of them were necessarily for sale, and so there was maybe some more discussion with the owners, etc.
Hmm.
And almost like the as a story, like it's uh, when we make a decision, we instantly buy. Like basically, we'd say, "All right, we're in. We'll go. We'll get it, and we'll do what we plan to do with it." And it came out surprisingly and funny story that the owner was. But I have
Yeah.
similar story in the community. Like the previous owner from the captain was actually the CEO of Axie Infinity before. So
Yes.
and we didn't know that, and we don't really know who are the owners of the NFT until like we find out and say, that's a fun fact to add to that whole story.
All right. I just questioned that because, as you know, I have recently listed my Night Goddess for sale, and a few guys that approached me to purchase mine have tried to basically. Uh, put up the value of the Night Goddess really below, just because they said, well, we can take into consideration that that one Night Goddess that the Sandbox bought because it was Sandbox and it was Logan Paul, probably arranged. Those talks go.
It was not awareness,
Well,
that's for sure. But if you look at
Yeah.
it was definitely she's one of the grail of the collection. She's a night goddess with a night dress and bubblegum. Yeah, it's the equivalent of the captain, so the golden bored ape with laser eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't beat that actually. So yeah. So yeah,
Yes.
the answer, yeah, for sure, it was not a range.
and I think she reached a new status. She find a value of her own
Yes,
now,
of course,
right? But
because yeah, she's a star now.
but she's
Yeah,
never
she
for
is. She
sale.
was
So
before. She
She
was
was
She's a
before.
goddess.
already. Yeah, she's a goddess, absolutely.
Yeah, she has a goddess. She's an ayad. She has the bubblegum, of course. She's an amazing one. But that's just me saying the talks that are going around because of the deal. But no worries. I appreciate your answers. Um, anyway, I just have one last question, and this one is for BBA. Not one, two. BBA, regarding that dinner that was going on LA. So, who was the persons that were at the dinner?
Wow, rude. It's not even for me. I'm kind of sad.
The dinner with the community?
Oh no, I think he's asking, because Raf said he was going to a dinner or
Yeah, that
something.
dinner, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
guys,
well,
it's
BB
a
and
dinner.
myself weren't at that dinner, so we don't know.
Dan, you have to ask them and tell us.
Oh, yeah, it was a private dinner,
Uh,
and yeah, for now we don't want to communicate, but if things um, you might hear about it at some point,
I know.
but not
I'm
right
just
now.
kidding with you right now. No, but that's fine. And that's my questions basically. The other question that I had, it's not really a question, is that I sent you a friend request on Discord like a month ago or so, and you have still not accepted.
Okay. Oh yeah, but yeah, Discord, my Discord friend list management is a bit messy because yeah, I receive quite, but I will accept it. Yeah,
All right, no
I'll
worries.
do.
I don't even
Uh,
remember anymore what I was going to tell you, but that's fine.
okay.
Okay, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And Sebastian, thank you so much for supporting WoW with the Night Goddess implement on the season 2, and I can't wait to see what else you guys have planned for the future.
Thank
of
you very
course,
much,
Thank
Ichabod,
thank
you.
for
you.
coming
Thank
on
you.
Thank you
stage.
guys. Thank you.
And I wanted to wrap it up here because it's been an hour already.